Hey everyone. For the past few weeks, I've been living in New York City, more specifically, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. Now, I've done a few quick trips to New York here and there, spending a few days, maybe a weekend, but never a couple weeks. So a few months ago I said, F it, let's just do it. I booked my flight, found an Airbnb, and the rest, well, that's what this video is all about. Okay, so first, what did I actually bring with me on this trip? I was able to condense everything I wanted to bring with me on this trip into 2 bags, both of which are carry-on size because, based on the situation at many of the airports here in Canada, I didn't really want to check any of my luggage. And while both these bags fit perfectly within the carry-on limit for my flight, they have plenty of space inside for me to bring all the things I wanted to bring and things I probably shouldn't have brought as well. Okay, so first up is the Moments bag. This is basically the bag I use for all the tech stuff I wanted to bring with me. The bag itself is incredibly well made with great handles, excellent outer material, it's water resistant, and there's also 2 pockets on the outside as well, one with a zipper, one with a magnet clasp. On the inside there's plenty of space, lots of pockets, it's kind of a bag that's oriented for camera gear, but it's great for day-to-day things as well. There's also a zipper sleeve inside for a laptop or an iPad, and of course I ended up bringing both, and I didn't really want to bring either, to be honest. I was hoping to really take it easy, but I had some last minute work to finish up, so it is what it is. They weren't that much to bring around. The laptop I brought is the 14-inch 2021 MacBook Pro, which is incredible for video editing, Photoshop, other design work. It's extremely portable, lightweight, and incredibly powerful. As well as my 11-inch iPad Pro, which I use for drawing, watching videos, day-to-day emails and such. It's still an excellent tablet, and with iPadOS 16, it gets even better. To charge up both the MacBook and the iPad Pro, I brought along this 108-watt Satechi wall charger. With enough power to charge up both these devices over USB-C, no problem, and it's an incredibly compact, small charger, which I love. And the cable I brought is this Anker Powerline 3 USB-C cable, and this is honestly the best cable I think I've ever used. It is just a cable, but it's incredibly well made, it's 6 feet long, great coating on the outside so it's not going to get ripped or damaged very easily. It also comes in yellow and other colors as well. It's really just a great overall cable. To charge up my Apple Watch, I brought along this small Satechi puck charger, which is designed specifically for the Apple Watch. It works great. It can be plugged into this charger as well, or into an iPad or MacBook Pro USB-C port. It's fantastic. And for charging on the go in the city for those longer days, I brought along these Anker MagGo battery packs. Basically, they're kind of like the better version of Apple's Magsafe battery pack with more capacity, 5,000 milliamp hours, they have USB-C charging, and they also come in different colors as well. And a bonus feature, they have a stand built in for watching videos in landscape or portrait, and they're just fantastic on-the-go magnetic wireless chargers. I also of course brought along my favorite headphones, the Koss PortaPros, in this rhythm beige color with these orange Yaxipads ear pads, and I've talked about these headphones way too much. Y'all know I love them, and I made a full video on them as well, link in the description down below. These headphones sound great, I love how they look, they're super lightweight, and they're definitely not noise cancelling by any means, especially in a city as loud as New York, but I don't mind, I love the sounds of the city.
This is Bedford-Stuyvesant Avenue.
And for bumping tracks in the Airbnb, I brought along this small speaker from Tribit. It's compact, it gets super loud, there's excellent bass and clarity, it has some water resistance, there's some really nice large buttons on the front, and there's also a strap on the back to add to a bike or to your bag. It's a nice, affordable, great sounding mini speaker. And for the phone I brought on this trip, I of course brought along the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and honestly, it was an excellent companion for this trip. Great for getting directions around the city, the phone killed it for photos and videos, like every shot I took I'm incredibly proud of, and the battery life was excellent for those long days in the city. This phone, over 6 months later, still incredible. Then I also brought along my Apple Watch Series 5 ceramic model with this Apple Sunflower Sport Loop band and a few of these new sport slim bands from Nomad, which are also excellent, and I love the colors of these bands. A few other small things, I brought along this slim metal wallet from Ekster to hold some of my really essential cards. It has this excellent spring mechanism, it's very thin, perfect for the trip. And I bring all my essential items with me in this city pouch when I'm going out into the city every single day. This bag is fashionable, well made, has plenty of space inside, and has a nice, clean, minimal design. Oh, and the suitcase from SwissGear is for all my clothes and other small essential items. It is an incredibly well-made, affordable piece of luggage, and like I said, fits within the carry-on limits for most flights. The design here is clean and simple, but of course I've absolutely defaced mine with a bunch of stickers, and I still like how it looks. There's a hard, durable outer to protect your stuff inside, a solid handle, an extending handle, and good wheels as well. And inside there's plenty of space for all my clothes and other essential items, including my hairdryer, which I really shouldn't have brought because I really didn't end up using it. And the outfits I chose were definitely light in both their color and material choice because it does get very hot in New York in the summer. Being from Toronto, we do get some really hot, humid summer days, but New York summers are definitely something else. I rented the first floor of a brownstone in Bedford-Stuyvesant, and that's where I stayed during the trip. The place was nice, about 750 square feet, a bit dark, and maybe I wouldn't stay there for the rest of my life, but it felt nice enough. The neighborhood was pretty cool, and the unit had laundry and air conditioning, so basically, I was sold. But I didn't really spend too much time at the house. When I was originally planning out this trip, my only goal was to experience life in New York City, as much of it as possible. I spent a lot of my days walking the streets or biking, spending time in the city and some time in nature. I met up with some friends, made some new friends along the way, and did a lot of exploring and exploring restaurants, of course. New York is a place full of some of the world's best artists and creatives, and I visited both big and small galleries around the city, seeing art made recently and legendary pieces from years past. And just being able to see artists of all sorts showcasing their skills and creativity is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It was also incredible to team up with Marquez and his team to make our own piece of art. And just seeing how that team works like a well-oiled machine was truly inspiring. It's an experience I will never forget. New York City is a place that is very easy to fall in love with, which makes saying goodbye every time that much more difficult. But for some reason, I just keep coming back, and maybe someday, I won't have to say goodbye. I don't know if it's one thing in particular why I like this city so much, but I know for a fact that whenever I'm here, everything just feels alright. Every time I go to New York and come home, I always seem to have this new sense of clarity. Things just seem to make a lot more sense. Now, finding clarity in a place as loud and busy and chaotic as New York doesn't seem to make much sense, but every single time I go and come home, things in my life just seem to be a lot clearer. The things that I've learned and experienced on this trip have definitely been very impactful so far, but it's the things that I'm going to make and the decisions I'm going to make as a result of this trip for the rest of the year. Those are going to be a hell of a lot more exciting. So, thank you, New York, and thank you for watching.